So what is inheritance? Let's do a quick recap of the semester. This is Emily. She has black hair, blue eyes, and cheek dimples. Cheek dimples are examples of Mendelian traits. These are traits that follow Gregor Mendel's rules of inheritance, where there is a dominant and recessive allele. The inheritance of these traits can be shown through Punnett squares like this one. Since cheek dimples are dominant, Emily's dad is heterozygous and her mom is homozygous dominant. Emily had a 25% chance of inheriting any one of these genotypes. But Emily inherited this genotype, making her heterozygous. Every human body has an average of 37.2 trillion cells, as does Emily's. Cells have DNA which have genes that code for the production of proteins that make us. The body has normal body cells and sex cells. Cells must divide and split to reproduce, repair, and grow. Emily's body cells undergo mitosis, and her sex cells undergo meiosis. Mitosis involves 6 stages: interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. During mitosis, the DNA replicates and then the cell divides, resulting in 2 diploid daughter cells. This process is going on all the time in all of Emily's body cells. Meiosis involves 2 meiotic cell divisions, meiosis I and meiosis II. The cell goes through interphase just like the interphase of mitosis, then prophase I, metaphase I, anaphase I, telophase, and cytokinesis. This produces 2 daughter cells. Meiosis II then occurs where the same phases take place but in 2 cells at the same time, resulting in 4 haploid daughter cells. In Emily, meiosis began when she was born. The DNA in a cell is coiled up into chromosomes. The normal human has 23 pairs of chromosomes, but Emily's son Ryan has a mutation, or an abnormality, in chromosome 21. He has 3 chromosome 21s instead of 2. This mutation is called trisomy 21, more commonly known as Down syndrome. Emily reads an article online about how cloning, producing a genetically identical replica of an organism, may reduce risk for couples who are prone to having children with Down syndrome. She considers this option for any future kids that may be born into her family, but then she remembers all the bioethical issues, moral contradictions associated with science, involved with human cloning, and decides that this is not an option for her family. Emily's husband has a sex-linked condition called red-green color blindness. This means all things red look green. A sex-linked trait is something that is carried on the X chromosome. This means that men have higher chances of inheriting certain sex-linked traits because whatever they inherit on their X chromosome will be prevalent, while women have the other X chromosome that can make up for the mutated one. Emily's mother has early-onset Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a multifactorial condition. These are conditions that do not have a single genetic cause but rather many factors in our environment that contribute to the development of the condition. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive brain deterioration that leads to the individual forgetting basic facts and memory. Emily looks at her family pedigree, which tracks a certain trait throughout a flowchart type display of things that are inherited in a family. She learns that she lost her aunt and grandfather to the disease. The study of genetics is important because scientists can gain an understanding of diseases and where they come from. Scientists can determine why and how a certain population can be prone to a specific disease. Every trait that you've inherited from your ancestors, everything that makes you, you, is all inheritance.